Imagine you're sitting on the sand, looking out at the sea. The wind comes gently, the waves break in a steady rhythm, and there on the horizon, you spot a boat. It sails alone. It doesn't seem to have a direction. It goes one way, then another, as if waiting for the sea itself to decide where it should go. What's the first thing that comes to mind? Perhaps you think, that boat is lost. There's no one at the helm. There are no firm hands holding that vessel's destiny. Now imagine the same scene, but with one detail different. On the boat, there is someone, a helmsman. Someone who looks ahead, adjusts the sails, holds the helm with purpose. Even if the wind changes, even if the waves grow, that boat follows a route. Two boats, the same sea. The difference lies only in who is in command. Well, something very similar happens with each of us. Our life is like a boat sailing on a vast ocean, and that ocean has days of calm and days of storm, crystal clear waters that invite the journey, and dark waters that make us question whether it's worth continuing. The question that truly matters is not whether the sea will be gentle or cruel. The question is, who is holding the helm? There are people who would sail through life without ever having asked that question. They wake up, follow routines, react to whatever appears in front of them, and call that living. There's no clear direction. There's no internal north. Life happens to them, not because of them. Not that this is necessarily wrong. Sometimes we simply don't know there's another way. No one taught us. No one told us that it's possible, and perhaps even necessary, to take hold of our own helm. But sooner or later, we discover that leaving the boat adrift has a cost. Think of someone you know, perhaps a friend, a neighbor, or even yourself at some point in life. Someone who was carried by the winds of circumstance. The job that appeared by chance. The relationship that just happened without intention. The choices made more out of inertia than conviction. Years go by, and one day that person wakes up and asks, "How did I get here?" It's not a geographical question. It's an existential one. How did I arrive at this life I didn't choose? Why am I in this place, with these people, doing these things? The boat is there, but no one was holding the helm. Now consider the opposite. Think of someone who, even amidst storms, seems to know where they're going. Not because that person has all the answers, not because their life has been easier, but because at some point they decided, "I will take the helm." That person understood something fundamental. We cannot control the sea. We cannot stop the storm from arriving, but we can decide how we will sail through it. And that decision, small, silent, almost invisible, changes everything. Life is not a bed of roses. That phrase has been said so many times, it has almost lost its meaning. But the truth behind it remains. Every human being's journey includes challenges. It includes losses. It includes days when the sun seems to have hidden forever. And here is something important. This is not punishment. It is not a penalty. It is not proof that someone has failed. It is simply the ocean. The ocean has calm and it has storms. It's part of its nature. And it's part of our journey to learn to sail through both. Perhaps you've already been through such a storm. One day, everything seemed stable. The next, something changed. A loss, a piece of news, a door that closed. And suddenly, you were in turbulent waters, not knowing where to go. In those moments, it's natural to feel lost. It's natural to want to blame someone, fate, circumstances, even life itself. It's natural to ask, why is this happening to me? But there is a question that may be more useful, even if it's more difficult. What am I going to do now? We are not alone at sea. Billions of boats sail at the same time. Some seem to have everything under control. Others clearly don't. And the majority? The majority is somewhere in between. Trying, failing, learning, starting again. There is no perfect boat. There is no infallible navigator. What exists are people who, with each new day, make a choice. Today, I will hold the helm. But what does it mean, in practice, to hold the helm? It means paying attention. It means asking yourself, where am I? Where do I want to go? What am I doing today that brings me closer to that? It means recognizing that every choice has a consequence, that every action or every omission takes us somewhere, and that, in the end, the route is charted by us, not by the winds, not by the waves, by us. This may sound heavy. It may feel like too much responsibility, but there is something liberating in this truth. If you are at the helm, then you also have the power to change direction, at any moment, on any day, even after years of sailing towards the wrong place. The boat doesn't ask, "Why did you take so long?" The boat simply responds to the helm. It turns when you turn. It moves forward when you decide to move forward. There are those who have spent their entire lives sailing without direction and, in a single moment of clarity, decided to change. They didn't need a great event. They didn't need tragedy or revelation. Sometimes it took just one honest question asked in a moment of silence. Is this what I want for my life? And the answer, sincere, perhaps painful, was enough to put their hands on the helm again. Others, however, face a different challenge. They want to take command, but they don't know how. They've spent so long adrift that they've lost confidence in their own ability to navigate. What if I get it wrong again? What if I choose the wrong direction? What if I don't know how to handle the next storm? These fears are understandable, but here is something every sailor learns sooner or later. There is no sailing without risk. There is no route without unforeseen events. What exists is the courage to carry on anyway. And courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is holding the helm with trembling hands and still sailing. Something curious happens when we take the helm. We begin to notice that we are not alone. We look around and see other boats. Some are going in the same direction. Others come from different paths. And in the midst of this immense ocean, an understanding emerges. We are all sailing. We all have storms. We are all searching for a safe harbor. This perception brings something precious: empathy. When we understand that each person is fighting their own battle, sailing their own sea, we stop judging. We begin to understand. The other person's boat may appear adrift to us, but perhaps, inside, someone is holding the helm with all the strength they have, facing a storm we cannot see. There are also those who, upon taking their own helm, discover something unexpected: the joy of helping other sailors. Not by giving sermons, not by saying, "I know what you should do," but by offering a signal, a lighthouse, "I've been in waters like that, and I survived." Sometimes, all someone needs to know is that it's possible, that others have passed through there, that the sea, however frightening it may seem, is not infinite, and there is firm land ahead. We speak of free will, of choice, of responsibility, but we do not speak of perfection. Taking the helm doesn't mean never making mistakes. It does mean owning the mistakes, learning from them, adjusting the route, starting again. The wise navigator is not the one who never gets lost. It's the one who, upon getting lost, has the humility to recognize it and the courage to find the way again. And that search, that willingness to try once more, is what separates those who live from those who merely exist. There is an image that might help. Imagine that life is a great ocean and you are on your boat. The sun rises on the horizon. You have an entire day ahead. And on that day, hundreds of small choices will appear. How will you speak to that person? How will you react to that situation? What will you prioritize? What will you leave for later? Each of those choices is a small movement of the helm. Alone, it seems insignificant. But added together, over the years, these movements define the route of your life. The question is not whether you are at the helm. You are. The question is, do you know you are? And are you conscious of each movement you make? The sun rises for everyone. That is a fact. But not everyone enjoys its warmth and light in the same way. There are those who look at the sky and see only the clouds. It's overcast again. And there are those who look at the same sky and remember, above the clouds, the sun is still shining. The difference is not in the sky, it's in the gaze. And the gaze can be trained, it can be chosen, it can be directed, just like a boat. In the end, each of us carries something no one can take away, the capacity to choose. Even in the most difficult situations, even when it seems everything is out of control, there is a space, small but real, where choice lives. Viktor Frankl, someone who knew the darkest side of human existence, said something worth remembering. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space lies the power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. That space exists. That power exists. And it lies in the hands of whoever holds the helm. When the journey ends, and one day it will, we won't take the boat. We won't take the sails, nor the equipment, nor the belongings we've accumulated. But we will take something more valuable, what we have become, the feelings we have cultivated, the choices we have made, the way we sailed. Whether we sailed with courage or with fear, whether we sailed with kindness or with indifference, whether we sailed consciously or spent our entire lives adrift. That, indeed, crosses the ocean. That, indeed, remains. Let's return to that beach from the beginning. You're sitting on the sand, looking at the sea. There on the horizon, a boat sails. But now, something has changed. You know that boat is not just a distant image, it's a mirror. Each of us is that boat. And the question the sea asks us every day is simple. Who is holding the helm? The answer is in your hands. And if by chance you look back and realize you've spent too long adrift, don't blame yourself. The sea has already forgiven so many storms. You can forgive yourself too. What matters now is not what happened yesterday. What matters is what you decide today. The helm is there, waiting. And the safe harbor you're looking for? It exists. Not as a place on a map, but as a state of soul. One that is born when we finally take command of our own journey. You are at the helm. You always have been. Now, what remains is to sail with purpose. If this message brought you some comfort or clarity, know that there are more reflections like this waiting for you. Here at Moments of Peace, we explore the questions that help us navigate life with more meaning, each person at our own pace. If you feel this could help someone who is currently adrift, consider sharing it. Sometimes, a single message is enough to remind someone that they too can take the helm. And if you'd like to stay with us a little longer, there are other videos ready to accompany you on this journey. The sea is vast, but no one needs to sail it alone. Thank you for being here. May your next steps be guided with purpose, and may you always find the strength to hold your course.